left the land of the free and the home of the brave. Was a job needed doing, there was a country to save. You know, hopefully in any good song there's something in it for everybody, and I've sung that song to veterans of various ages and various wars, and even though I'm speaking about coming back from Vietnam, current veterans have come back to a more divisive United States. We've all had the experience of feeling some shame or guilt, and we've all had a little trouble of holding our head up high with pride and believing that we're making a difference. We're helping to write a current song, not an old song. We're helping to write a new verse to an old song. Try to leave it all behind. Lord knows we tried. Dead-end roads, running from that pain we could not hide. For family and the friends we loved, we tried our best to stay strong. It was our weakest hour, a sad verse of America's song, a sad verse of America's song. I was extremely fortunate to meet certain people that I ended up getting connected with, being able to use my background as a veteran, my background as in healing either from PTSD or childhood traumas, using my music, using nature to help heal me. And I mean, how good is that, that I'd end up here in this beautiful natural setting on the Big Hole River, involved with veterans who are out here being healed by the power of fly fishing and nature. So it's a beautiful thing. So hold your head with pride, sing out loud and clear. Let every healing word be the one you need to hear. And wherever you find good music, stop and sing along. Your heartbeat is her rhythm. You help write America's song. You will not be forgotten. You help write America's song. You're part of America's song. Everybody has a different definition of healing or medicine. I found, and I talked to other veterans who agree that the best medicine, the strongest medicine, is veterans hanging out with veterans who intuitively know what we need. It's strong medicine, however you define medicine, and it just really helps you along, you know, the healing process. I was raised in the wilderness. I was raised fishing, hunting, doing outdoor kind of things. So to hang out here at Freedom Ranch in this beautiful wilderness setting by the Big Hole River, hanging out with other veterans, it's about as good as it gets. And I hope that the veterans are getting as much by me being here as I'm getting from them. We came back from war to find there were still two sides. After half a century now, let's lay that hurt aside. It's time to take our places. Here's where we all belong. Side by side, one word at a time, writing America's song. Writing America's song. Whenever you ask a songwriter what their process is, or a performer, you might be in for a long discourse. If I had to synopsisize, if there is such a word, over my life I've performed in a lot of different settings, for banquets, corporate get-togethers, and so you kind of try to tailor-make what you're doing to fit the occasion. It wasn't really hard for me to kind of tweak what I do when I come here. I just do what I do at home. When I'm out in my shop in front of the wood fire, I just do and sing and talk about things that are important to me. things that I've done on my healing journey, tricks I've learned, share my failures, share my successes, and I listen to the veterans' stories, and it becomes part of my story. I might write a song, or I might write a little story that has them in it. And now we've kind of written each other into each other's stories, and we walk away truly having given a part of who we are to each other. And is that good or what?
Hold your head with pride and sing out loud and clear. Let every healing word be the one you need to hear. And wherever you find good music, stop and sing along. Your heartbeat is her rhythm. You help write America's song. You will not be forgotten. You're part of America's song. You help write America's song.
I think you have to be careful with when you're talking to, or any group. If you're too quick to say, yeah, I understand you, you understand me, we're just the same, you're a little bit on dangerous ground, because we all like to think we're unique. We all want to believe that what we've been through is a little different, and that you care about hearing how I'm different from you. On the other hand, with veterans, it's also pretty safe to assume, details aside, we all went through the same stuff. It's also pretty easy to assume when talking with anybody who's been through trauma, whether it's kids, whether it's parents who've never been in the military, life, death, illness, it's pretty safe to assume we've kind of been through the same stuff. We kind of understand each other. So that's one thing I love about hanging out with veterans. It really doesn't matter that he's 40, I'm 75, he's Afghanistan, Iraq, I'm Vietnam, different kinds of conflicts, combat, wars, jungle, door to door. Those are important differences, and they need to be heard and respected. But at the end of the day, what counts is that we've had enough similar experiences that we can understand each other.
This land is your land, my land, from sea to shining sea. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. There's history in her music, there's stories in her songs. You will not be forgotten. You are America's song.
I haven't always been a joyful person. I could have us all in tears talking about my non-joyful part of the journey. I have children, I have ex-wives who can attest to those non-joyful years. But what counts is how you finish the race. And to get to a point where I can feel joy, even if it's raining, even if there's dark clouds, it's hanging out with guys like this, who just this morning said, I have something neurological going on in my neck and my back. Sometimes when I show up to fish, I can't. So I just hang out with the guys, and I feel joy at just being able to be with them. And so, to me, that's not my trick, nothing I made up. It's something I've learned along the way, that it's how you choose to look at things. Half full, half empty, basically. Be grateful or piss and moan.
Then if I were a bugle player, I'd go... America's song.
What's that, buddy?
That's for the last song we heard.
Exactly.
Any volunteers?
I think everybody has an idea in their mind of, the perfect scenario. Maybe we're still looking for it. Maybe we found it and we just want to go back to that special place again. I'll tell you what, this place here, as soon as you leave Bozeman and you start driving and you get more and more and more remote, and you're closed in and kind of cuddled by these mountains, you're next to a beautiful river, you're with other veterans,
you're in the creme de la creme of fly fishing. Hey, that's as good as it gets right there. And on top of that, you get to hang out with fellow vets who not only know fishing and they can talk that talk with you late into the night, but you're hanging out with other men who are willing to look at what they've been through, what they're going through, and still have a good attitude.
I've done what I've had to do to take away that pain, and I've tried to do for others what I didn't get that day. And it don't matter from which war or how young or old, I shake their hands and I look them in the eye, say, soldier, welcome home, welcome home. My arms reach out for you, welcome home. I know what you've been through, welcome home. Mothers, fathers, all my daughters and my sons, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home.